Okay, who wants this one? Place, Northern Virginia. Case, William Austin versus Johnson Trucking.
Sure. How long will I be down there?
This guy's a personal trainer. It shouldn't take you too long to make him look like an asshole. Moving on.
Could there be any reason somebody would be following me?
It could be a detective, man.
But you didn't do anything wrong.
They're trying to get their money. It's wrong in their eyes.
This Austin kid's not going to go away. He's got some good lawyers who's trying to get a 7-figure deal.
Don't worry, I've got it taken care of.
Well, be sure you do. Dumb blonde.
And I wasn't there. I was never there. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Be there.
Anne's housekeeper is also cleared, but she provides police with a suspect of her own. Anne's handyman, Felix Botwin.
She suspected that the handyman might have involvement with the murder because he had been doing money transactions with her and had actually not been able to pay her back a certain amount of money.
And the handyman was very angry that he had said before that he could kill Anne.
A background check reveals that Felix Botwin has been under the long arm of the law before.
The handyman did have a criminal history, so he's obviously somebody that we wanted to look at.
But a state law halts the investigation.
He couldn't take a polygraph examination based on a heart condition that he had, so that wasn't a part of the evidence that we could use for or against him.
Botwin claims to have a solid alibi. He was out of town the night Anne was murdered.
We were able to verify that he wasn't in Madisonville.
I did not think that the handyman was the suspect that we were looking for one specific reason. He was a frail gentleman. And then you look at the amount of damage that Anne Mae Branson had to her body, he's in no shape or form to be able to do that amount of damage.
Felix Botwin is fully cleared as a person of interest.
There was multiple people that were brought to our attention throughout this investigation that we had to follow up on and eliminate as potential suspects.
Son, there's going to come a time today when you won't know exactly how to deal with what you're seeing.
I know, Dad. You don't have to.
You have no clue what's coming your way. You remind me of myself. That day, you were just in kindergarten, and your mom, God rest her soul, was working in the government building in the center of town, where, anyway, I had no idea what was coming my way, not a bit. When such a force like that rages around you, it's impossible to ignore. I don't know what you'll remember of today. I just hope it's not fear.
Dad, what do you remember about that day?
All I remember is that it sounded like a train. I really appreciate a word with you, sir.
Naturally. Good to see you, Don. And so, Casey's all ready.
Well, Mr. Summers, the reason I'm actually here is just to mention that he, my son, may not be all that willing today. I mean, he's of the same intent as you and I and everybody. It just seems to me that he may not have it today.
So you don't think that Casey is willing to say yes?
He's such a smart boy and so sensitive. He always helps with the groceries, and he even started to pay rent after my pension fell through.
Well, Don, I'm sure a boy that noble will be more than able to consent and do what's right. I have work to do. Yes is God.
Yeah, yes is God. Thank you, sir. Son, remember, if you feel squeamish at all, especially if you're not of the intent, just stand on the outside of the circle and throw your implement in. No one will even notice.
I know, Dad. Just remember, it all comes down to a choice to consent.
So you're French? We can't seem to find anything on record about your cousin dying, or a matter of fact about you having a cousin at all.
Dying? No, sir, I said I lost her. It was a wave of flames that took her away.
Oh, you lost her in a wave of flames. Well, that does sound horrible.
I know. It really is just painful.
What happened to Mitchell after?
I don't know. He got really upset. He totally sealed himself up in his house and started eating a lot.
Yes, and you happen to see him the day he dies. Do you smoke, Walters?
No, sir, I hate cigarettes. You know, my parents used to smoke. I always hated that smell when it lingers on the clothes and on their breath.
I meant marijuana, not cigarettes. Don't be smart with me.
Sir, what does this have to do with anything?
It's damn relevant. You know why? Did you realize that Mitchell dealt marijuana to support his lifestyle? Did you know that? Is marijuana an indulgence that interests you, Mr. Walters? Is Mary Jane a friend of yours?
I know my rights. Without legal representation, I'm not obliged to answer that question.
Yeah, right, law student. Isn't that just perfect?
I don't see the relevance.
It is relevant if I say it's relevant. And quit being smart with me, I'm not going to tell you again. So let me get this straight, Mr. Walters. You happen to see Mitchell, aka Porky Pete, the day he dies because, as you claim, your heart told you to do that. Really? That's your story?
Baked him a cake, sir, that's all. It was his birthday, you know. I do that every year since that dreadful day.
Cake. Well, we call that cake the coal cake. That's your weapon of choice?
Weapon of choice? Really? Come on, why would I choose a cake? I could
He
easily
ate the
use
whole
a chicken.
damn cake, Mr. Walters. It took his stomach and shriveled it up like this in 1 hour. That cake you baked killed him.
I'm a murderer?
Exactly.
No. No, that's not fair. Give me that.
Hell you don't.
You know what? My friend helped me bake that cake. His name is Kevin Lawrence.
Write down his address while you're at it, will you?
He's about 6 months younger than me, and you know we really both have so much to live for. Listen, I'm going to law school, and he's really talented. Sure. It was a belated cake. These late birthdays, you know, it's a trend. It kind of runs in my family.
Really? I got my eye on you, so I'll be leaving town anytime soon. Get the hell out of here, Walters.